You're listening to The Sports Moment. March 1st, 2024. Part of the Sports Moments and Memories with Craig Olson podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a sports moment. Sponsored by Pemberton Law and Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just docks and lifts. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
High school basketball playoffs underway, and last night in high school girls basketball, the Fergus Falls Otters advanced with a 59-48 win over the St. Cloud Crush. Bryn Sternberg had 22 after being quiet in the first half with only 2 points. Bryn exploded for 20 in the second half of that game. The Otters, with the win, earn another home playoff game. They will host the semifinals in Section 8-3A Saturday night against the Wilmer Cardinals. In Section 6A last night, Hillcrest won 63-39 over Rothsay, and Underwood beat Battle Lake 72-31. So that sets up a Hillcrest-Underwood match at 2:45 Saturday afternoon at the Hive in Perham. West Central area wins 70-43 over Clinton-Graceville-Beardsley. It was Ada Borup West defeating New York Mills 68-61. Park Christian School beat Lake Park Audubon 61-44. Hancock over Benson 84-26. Wheaton Herman Norcross as a number 5 seed went in and beat number 4 Brandon Evansville 66-64. And Breckenridge advances with a 79-46 win over Parker's Prairie. In Section 8-2A, Barnesville defeated Crookston 71-45. Abby John had 30 points in that one for the Trojans. Frazee knocked off DGF 57-43. It was Hawley 80, Roseau 35. Park Rapids area downed Wadena Deer Creek 48-44. East Grand Forks beat Thief River Falls 74-61. And Monaga cruised over War Road 80-20. Boys basketball regular season play. Ashby came from 20 points down and won in overtime over Brandon Evansville 70-68. And tonight the Otter boys end their regular season schedule with a home game against Wilmer. It's a night where the seniors will be honored. It's also a night where the Otter fans will be able to recognize and honor the 1984 team, which went to state 40 years ago. Some of them will be there tonight, along with the coaches, Bob Bjorklund and Steve Atchison, and it'll be a fun night to acknowledge the accomplishment of that team 40 years ago. Hillcrest has a home game against Pelican Rapids tonight. That is also their final home game and their final regular season game. And then tomorrow we find out the pairings for the different sections in boys basketball, and the playoffs begin on Monday for high school basketball teams around the area. Tomorrow at Anoka Ramsey Community College in Coon Rapids, the M-State Lady Spartans will open play in the Region 13B tournament, the semifinals against the Northland Lady Pioneers. That is a 2 o'clock start tomorrow afternoon. If the Lady Spartans win, they would play for the Region 13B Championship at 2:30 on Sunday afternoon, also at Anoka Ramsey Community College. You know, yesterday we talked about Itzel Salazar and Jana Grunwald with Jody Holloman and the all-conference honors that they received. Well, now McKaylee Kembalo, sophomore point guard for the Spartan men's basketball team, has also been honored with all-conference recognition in the MCAC and All-Southern Division recognition as well. So congratulations to MK on that honor. The Pemberton Law Firm is serving you from 4 different locations all around the area, including Fergus Falls, Wadena, Detroit Lakes, and Alexandria. Plus, you can go online anytime and access them at pemlaw.com. Pemberton Law carries a legacy of trustworthy and reputable legal representation that dates back to 1883. Hey, are you ready for summer fun on our area lakes? Well, if you aren't, Let Lake Area Docks and Lifts step in and to help you out. They're all about summer fun on the water, and they're happy to help. And they serve you conveniently from 5 different locations across Lakes area. That's Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just docks and lifts. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Derek Abrahams is with us, the activities director at Fergus Falls High School. Busy time of the year. The Otter girls played last night, got their first playoff win, and get to host a game Saturday night. Before we talk about that, Derek, let's talk about tonight, because big night at the Roosevelt Gym this evening.
It is. It's always a fun night to go over there and play in that gym and to celebrate a couple things before the game. Right after the JV game, we'll be celebrating all of our seniors. They're doing their senior night tonight, and then at halftime, we have some members of the 1984 team that are coming back, and we're going to remember them. So it'll be a lot of fun, a lot of different people there tonight, and should be a great time.
40 years ago, it seems hard to believe. I can still see Tim Swenson hitting that corner shot to send the Otters to the state tournament for the first time since 1957.
I can too. I remember that game very well. I remember being up early and thinking, wow, this is, we're doing really well. And then it got tight at the end, and then Tim Swenson hitting that shot. I was down there. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I do remember it, and that was my first experience of Otter playoff basketball. So I've been in love with it ever since.
Well, it'll be a fun night to acknowledge that team and the regular season for the Otter boys. And they're pretty set, Derek. They're going to be hosting a playoff game next week, right? The way it looks as a number 4 seed.
Yeah, they should be set. We just got one game left here tonight in the regular season, and we are set pretty solid in that number 4, just ahead of Rocori. But we did sweep Rocori this year. So by doing that, that gives us all the tiebreakers. And I never try to predict the QRF because it has surprised me so many times. But I am saying with pretty solid confidence that we will be hosting a game Tuesday night with probably Rocori.
And as far as tickets for any of these games, and it's always a bonus to have home games at playoff time. The girls get 2, the boys get 1. As far as tickets and admission, what do fans need to know?
It's the same spot that you found tickets all year at GoFan app. And we will take credit cards and debit cards at the door, so nothing is changing for the basketball playoffs. It's the same process. Now for the boys basketball game tonight, we're still accepting passes, things like that, because it is a regular season game. For the girls' game tomorrow night, the playoff game, and then for next Tuesday, assuming the boys are hosting a playoff game, then there are no passes, and everybody has to pay. But you can buy them online, right on your phone through the GoFan app, or pay with a credit or debit card at the door.
Very good. And as far as the postseason goes, it's also happening in swimming today, the state swim meet. We've got great representation down at the U of M.
We do. And just looking at their times, it's always hard to predict. But looking at their times, it sounds like we're going to have a few that, hopefully make that top 16. And, if they're places 9 through 16, they swim in the consolation race tomorrow. If they're 1 through 8, they get to medal, and we'll swim in the championship heat tomorrow. So I think they're going to do very, very well. They had a fantastic season, building all year. They're young. We had a couple seniors kind of anchoring us, but outside of that, we have a lot of young kids on that team, and Coach Hanson's doing just an absolutely wonderful job with them, getting them ready. And I expect them to do fairly well here today.
Derek, thanks so much for your time. I know it's a busy time for you and for Amber Hovland in the activities office. You guys do a great job, and all your workers do a tremendous job at all the different venues you've got going on during the winter. A busy time, but a fun time to see kids just enjoying participating in all the events that you offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously I couldn't do it without Amber in here. She does so much. And like you mentioned, our workers, it's hiring so many people to, from tickets to running all the scoreboards and doing all those things and on a moment's notice, because they don't know when we don't know about playoffs, things like that. And we have so many people willing to step up and work, and it's truly a group effort. So really appreciate that.
Great, Derek. Looking forward to it. We'll see you tonight at Roosevelt.
That sounds great. Thanks, Craig.
And we want to thank Derek Abrahams for joining us, and we hope you have a great weekend. We'll keep you posted. You can check out my website, craigolsonsports.com, for results on all the postseason events, including the state wrestling tournament that's going on this weekend at the XL Energy Center, and, of course, the state swimming and diving championships, where the Otters have 6 individuals and 2 relay teams competing. We'll be posting results on the website throughout the weekend, and we'll have a lot to talk about come Monday. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to The Sports Moment with Craig Olson, sponsored by Pemberton Law and Lake Area Docks and Lifts. Produced by Sunroom Lab. Music by Blue Red Roses. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and thanks for listening.